Good morning, this is Graham Bibby on the 4th of May 2016, bringing you a little bit of an update because I see stocks may be turning over and going into correction mode. And I want to give you an update on resources and especially gold and silver. So here we go, let's get straight into it. First of all, let's look at the US, the composite NASDAQ, which had this huge rally from February after this huge decline since last year, and you can see the volatility in this market and non-directional has been happening for some time. Then it appeared we're in a new uptrend, and just recently we started to break above this level where the arrow is, and you can see we've been breaking down. Support should have been found around here, and now we've gone lower, so that's not positive. The Dow Jones Transport Index is a little bit better because that broke out to the upside. We've corrected down to this level, which could be seen as support, and we've held there. But overall, it's looking a little bit negative. The Russell 2000, which is a smaller companies, has just started to turn over. It's above the moving average, but as the other indices are declining, and really we should have been supported around these levels. And normally when you get a breakout of this kind of congestion, we're going this way, then we're actually going to give a sell signal on TNA, which is the smaller companies ETF. Elsewhere, emerging markets also given sells, gone below this average. Yesterday we got a sell in the Philippines, which has been declining a little bit, and now we're getting a sell signal on the emerging market ETF and Thailand and Indonesia. So that's a bit disappointing, but the trend is your friend, and that's where we've got to go. Now let's look across at the commodities section, because that had a bit of a correction last night. But as you can see here, the CRB index came back, but it's only still above where it was just over a week ago. So that's just a correction for now. And again, just to remind you, this is where we're coming from. We had this huge decline here. For well, more than that actually. We went back a bit further than that. We went back 5 years. And then here we have gold. Gold has broken out. The GLD broke out really in January. Had a bit of a correction sideways move from mid-Feb to, let's say, mid-April, and then was broken out to the upside. Bit of a correction last night. SLV, the silver ETF, had a 2 days correction, but we've had very strong move up. So that all looks still positive. You have to be in my special situations to take advantage of that. Copper has been on a tear since the lows here in January, when it was around 600, and even with the recent correction, it's 1200. That's 100%. Steel and iron index was 180. It went to virtually 360, and we're down at 328 in a correction. So the name of the game at the moment is people need to be in my special situation service, because that's where some of the wealthiest individuals on the planet, people worth hundreds of billions, are actually allocating, but in select areas, because not all ships are going to rise, not all boats are going to rise. This is the Australian All Ordinaries Index, and that's been having a bit of a bounce because of the resource sector. They cut Australian interest rates again because they're really concerned, because where goes the Australian resource sector goes the Australian dollar. So I believe there's going to be more interest rate cuts in Australia, and for now that's going to be supportive of the property market. But the concern is the bubble that may be forming in some parts of Australia in the property market. So you need to be careful with that as well. You need to go to the right areas to buy. And we found some undervalued areas where we're buying below the infrastructure cost. So that means effectively you're getting the property or the land for free, and if you can't replace it for what you're buying it for, can't rebuild it for what you're buying it for, you can't buy the land and build it for what you're buying it for, then you know you've got value in there. So right now, a number of sell signals are going to go out today. We're going to have to retrace to protection, but it looks to me like we're getting into a position where select silver and gold investments that we should be in, and some resource stocks and ETFs are giving us a position, or soon will give us a position, where new clients can enter the market and take advantage of the next run. This is Graham Bibby on the 4th of May 2016, over and out, and I look forward to at least getting some decent profits inside the Insiders Club special situations with great buy signals coming up soon. Bye-bye.